You're not a TikTok creator. You're not a YouTube creator. You're a creator, and you distribute on those platforms.
Today we're joined by Christina and Bradley from Lens, who both have been deeply involved in the creator economy for years at TikTok and now decided to go full-time Web3 with a vision to reinvent the creator economy as we know it today. So what are the risks creators face in the current area of Web2, risks they might not even be aware of?
Platforms don't work for creators, and creators don't work for platforms.
Instagram pulling the rug out, that's something I have no control over. Does it bother me? Yes.
I really focus on what I believe in, and that is that this space is going to unlock the next wave for the creator economy.
Because once you do build that trust and you do gain that audience, there's so much you can do.
I call it the beginning of the end.
Christina Bradley, both having experienced the inner works of a big platform like TikTok, what are some of the aspects that are currently broken in the system of big social?
It's lack of monetization tools. It's getting the risk of being deplatformed and also the risk of being shadowed by algorithms. And, we have this lack of transparency when it comes to big to social apps. And creators can't actually see underneath the hood to be able to protect themselves, and they don't actually have ownership of their assets. And so they're kind of three big risks to these careers and businesses that they're developing on Web2 social.
In the current area of Web2, there's no portability, meaning your followers, your content, your engagement rates are all siloed to one specific social media network and owned by the network operator. Lens protocol is described as a portable social graph which aims to disrupt the creator economy by empowering creators to take control over their data. But how would that exactly look like?
When working at TikTok, a lot of creators would actually approach us, and you can see this on people's LinkedIn profiles on TikTok. I will not get you unbanned. And you really see, the risk of creators and their livelihood of being deplatformed. And when you think of Web3, and first it started about owning your financial assets and financial sovereignty, and now we're moving towards, really owning your content. On the internet, including your social graph and all your data and everything that you create. And I think that is incredibly powerful.
The key is speaking to creators in a language that they care about. And so if you put yourself in the shoes of a creator, they're not dumb. They follow incentives and they follow them very closely.
It's as simple as that.
And so the question is, how can Lens help creators monetize more effectively, engage more deeply with their existing audience, or grow to reach a new audience? So when we're thinking about how we approach creators and what they can do with us, we're not saying, hey, do us a favor by trying out this random new social media protocol with apps on it. It's look how this can help you do things, and ideally like more than one of those three priorities, better or different than you can get with the existing infrastructure. And the goal is to build out such a vibrant, robust ecosystem that, like, if you're a music artist, there's like 10 apps or 10 things to do that are unique value add that you're not getting from Web2. And like, that's the thing that's going to get you to try it out.
I like that, you millennials.
Now, one of the key elements of Web3 social will be portability. But how can we imagine a portable social graph?
Follow me once, follow me forever. Your follower is not dependent on a platform. I can follow someone and then engage with them across whatever application I like. You'll be able to segment the social graph across front ends. So, right now in Web2, I want my Twitter followers to be my LinkedIn followers. You'll have the same notion with the social graph and be able to customize it and segment it and apply different permissions to different types of buckets of your followers.
Additionally, Lens is not just social media, it's a social graph, meaning you can take anything and make it social. The example we like to give that's easy to understand is there's the running app Strava. You go on a run, you record it with the app. They're taking the act of running and making it social by saying, oh, I can see what my friends are going on runs. I can participate in like social challenges. That's taking the act of running and making it social. And you can do that with Lens for pretty much anything. That does not mean that everything is scrolling mindlessly. It means that there's a social element to pretty much everything we do. And there has not yet been a great way to make certain things that would benefit. So being more social.
Another aspect Lens prides itself with is freedom of choice, as the entire ecosystem builds up on a flexible and adaptable foundation, creating a truly new experience.
That's what we hope with open source code and open source algorithms. You'll be able to audit, you'll be able to choose and completely customize your experience. You'll also be able to rely on community to flag certain content to make sure you're not in an echo chamber.
The algorithm used by social networks is currently completely in the hands of the network operator, or as Christina says,
we're in algorithm jail because there's one algorithm per platform. So there's no choice for a creator in controlling the distribution. There's no curators, really.
Now, in Web3 social, will that fundamentally change? So will creators be able to choose the algorithm?
I envision having multiple algorithms that you're able to select. Maybe I want to use your algorithm, Sophie, for one day, and has captured, what you enjoy seeing, and I want your experience. And so we'll have the algorithm as an experience layer, and we'll have the complete unbundling of social media applications from the front end to all the different inputs. That will be transparent for creators and will also improve our experiences to being more diverse and more tailored to our choices versus Web 2 platforms.
Today, like using these apps, like you're going to a restaurant, you have a prefix menu, and now it's like everything from all the restaurants a la carte. Like pick your favorite feature, pick your favorite algorithm, pick your favorite medium to view content. Like I want the TikTok algorithm for Twitter feed and like pictures and music only. That's the type of future we see being possible on Lens.
Now, big social apps, they run on ads. We get to use these platforms for free, but our time and attention is being sold to the highest bidder. Will Web3 social adopt a similar business model, or will we see something completely different and new?
No, ads won't go away. Right now you have Facebook making, $90 billion a year, and what is a $1 billion creator fund. You will just see a reshift in those ad dollars directly to the creator economy versus taking what is essentially, over a 90%, cut in between.
Exactly. Like people don't like ads, but we're not here saying ads are evil and we're getting rid of them. We're saying like, why shouldn't I be able to have my banner on like my Lenster account be an ad unit? And why shouldn't I be able to monetize that the same way that like someone who has a podcast can put an ad in their podcast as an ad slot?
Which sounds very promising. Web3 social will allow creators to distribute their content across multiple platforms at the same time, which may significantly expand their reach. In addition to that, data won't be siloed anymore to specific networks, but owned by the creator, which opens up a lot of new opportunities.
For me, the most exciting is distribute once, distribute everywhere and cross-platform. And so, as you're a creator, like your reach is expanded significantly rather than, just having one platform. You can distribute to 10 different platforms and 10 different experiences and really widen your audience. Right now, what I think is really fun is that, Facebook will know how much, or TikTok will know the value of them, right? Because they're servicing ads against that piece of content, but a creator doesn't actually know the value of their content. And so being able to have user-generated content be collected and can be created. I like to say the internet's going to get weird again. Like I think it's going to be very fun, and we're going to finally have transparency about the value of content online.
Especially new thing around collecting, as you've seen on Lenster, right? Like everyone knows likes and mirrors and shares, but like collect is more of a signal than the other three, in my view, and I think Christina's view too. It's like I actually want to own this. I want to have an official copy of something. So there's a lot of new insights to be gained from that. I can go see who's collected every post I've ever made, who's collected certain types of posts I've made. What does that tell me about who my fans or haters are?
Bradley, now hands down, what can we expect from Web3 social? Will we just be seeing copies of YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, or can we expect something completely new, something that is maybe even unknown to the current era of social apps?
There's going to be recreations of like the existing models, right? Like advertising. There's going to be a lot of things we cannot even predict yet that are very creative that are going to leverage modules on Lens. The most specific example I can give so far is collects and the collect module. People are using these in very creative ways. And so curation and like being a consumer of content is going to potentially become a way to make income, which I'm very excited about, to get paid to watch and curate great TikTok content in a future state.
So where is still the most change needed to onboard creators, music artists, and users at scale to Web3 social?
There needs to be education about what Web3 can offer them from, monetization as well as content and audience ownership, but also there needs to be usability in this space. I mean, right now it's like the start of the internet, the new internet. And, while we're in experimentation phase, things just don't work. And, a big focus for us at Lens is making sure that we're building that experience layer, as well as, the backbone that's going to make these new rails, which will open up additional monetization and opportunities.
Web3 social might disrupt social media as we know it today, but change takes time. In the meantime, if you're interested in more Web3 talks, don't forget to follow and drop a comment. What do you think? Is this the future of social media?